What's up, everybody? BlueGabe. Welcome to Houma, Louisiana. And we got some true Louisianians with us on board for today. What's your name?
Lakin.
Fisher.
Now we got Mr. Hunter Marcel. We've been wanting to do this video forever.
Long time now, man.
Finn.
Beachy.
Crystal Beachy. Hold on, let's see the baby bump. So let's pull
I got a big shirt on
pull
today.
it in, pull it in.
I was still waiting for the April Fool's joke.
Everybody thought it was that.
I know, I didn't even know it was April Fool's. That was bad timing.
So we were in Georgia and Crystal decided to do the announcement photos, and lo and behold, she does it on April Fool's. So I'm getting texts from all my buddies. They're like, oh, that was a good one. It wasn't. Well, it was a good one. We are having a baby and we are happy, but it wasn't good that we did it on April Fool's. So Hunter Marcel and myself have been wanting to do a video together forever. Every time I come to Louisiana, we're in Venice and we're going offshore tuna fishing, or we're doing something that's really extreme. Right out there is a crawfish pond that they harvest them for sale, and there's traps out there. We're gonna go shrimping, we're gonna go blue crabbing, we're gonna do it all.
Shrimp, cast netting, and we're even gonna tight line for maybe some redfish, drum, sheephead.
Oh yeah. So he's got some special bait. Why don't y'all show them what we're using for bait?
We got half of a cow tongue.
So my whole life, I've always seen TV shows of Louisiana, and I've always wanted to come here and not get on a boat, not do anything, but find somebody like Hunter Marcel and his boys and girls and just go do what they do on any given weekend, and that's go gather your own seafood. And if you do want to buy live crawfish, where we're at, this is his cousin, he sells them, and I'll put all his information in the link below. They go from the lake to your bag in like, what, 30 minutes? They don't get no fresher than that. And I want to show you out front, I'll show you later on in the video when we're leaving this spot. In Louisiana, there's crawfish everywhere, like a drainage ditch, a pond. Wait till you see how big these little crawfish volcanoes are that I saw on the way in. But right now we're gonna start baiting some traps and go catch some, because we got a full day planned. So you just put the piece of tongue right here on this wire?
Yes.
And now what are we gonna do with it?
We are going to put it in the water and let it sit.
There's just crawfish everywhere in here?
Yes.
Do y'all have fire ants in Louisiana?
Oh, we have a bunch of fire ants.
Damn, I hate fire ants.
Me too.
If you don't know what a fire ant is, try to avoid knowing what one is your whole life. They are terrible. And in Louisiana and Florida where I live, they will get you quick. I'm surprised it's not really muddy.
It isn't, yeah.
Now, you just looking for a particular spot, or are we just gonna put them anywhere?
I'm gonna put it like right here. I was coming right here and put it. You'll push it down and let it sit.
The water's really surprisingly clear. Now, we do a lot of crawfishing, and we have, holy moly, those are big. A little warmouth.
Oh yeah, they got a bunch of fish.
Dang. They just baited these like 30 minutes ago, and there's already 4 big crawfish in there, and they're spread out all over the place. I think we're gonna be eating good tonight. This is like every kid's dream right here. I would absolutely love to raise my kids out here on a farm like this, where all they get to do is learn off the land. Math, counting crabs, they gotta know if they're selling them, they gotta know taxes. You can teach kids everything they need to know about life right here on the land. Let's check this one.
They don't have some big ones.
Goodness! That's a really cool boat. I've seen these on TV, but I've never seen one in person. We're about to really get the snake right now?
We can look at it. But they had a couple crawfish.
No, heck no, dump that in there. That's an eel. We catch those in Florida.
That's what I thought.
That's really good blue cat bait. We're gonna use that tomorrow for bait.
That's really good bait. The best.
Where's he at?
In the bucket.
Yep, we get these same things in Florida, and you almost cannot grab them. Those eels are phenomenal catfish bait. There's 3, 4. Seems like there's 4 in every trap.
We usually get a bunch. He usually grabs like 30, 15 pounds a day.
Dang. Now, why isn't there bait in the trap?
Because what they're doing is that because we just came off of Good Friday and Easter, which is the biggest time of the year for crawfish, they're letting them settle. They're gonna bait today, right? And then they're gonna sell for the weekend again. basically there's no reason to sell them because people's not really eating crawfish on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But they are on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they'll bait today, tomorrow they'll run the traps, and then Friday they'll have 8, 9, 10 sacks of crawfish.
So like Hunter was saying, this is a commercial operation and they sold a ton of crabs for Good Friday. So this week they're sort of letting them rest. We're gonna get like a half a sack because we don't need a ton. And then all week long, they'll let the crawfish rest, and then come next Friday, they'll rebait them and get a bunch to sell for the weekend. Babe, I hear black belly whistlers.
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I think I'm gonna put mine right here. I have been wanting to do what we're doing right now my entire life. So the traps that we just set, the cloth traps, you can't walk up to them because the crawfish will hear you coming and run off. So Hunter's got a stick to use. Sorry, I just stepped on something and I wasn't sure what it was. We just stopped to take a break to see how many we have, and the eel is like in the process of eating a little warmouth.
He's doing a death roll.
Yeah, he is. Look at his little fingers.
Yeah, look at his little arm.
This one's got a poor warmouth. We're gonna use these for catfish bait tomorrow. So it's been about 20 minutes since we baited the mesh traps. All the crawfish that we caught out of the wire traps, they didn't have bait in them. That's just the crawfish smelling the old residue from the shad in the trap and going in there. I'm very curious to see if we're gonna have some in the mesh trap. Nothing. I'm gonna go to the very first trap. You gotta, whoa, walk a little softly, even though that's hard to do out here. Got one, and one jumped out.
Yeah.
The cloth sometimes won't sit flat on the bottom, so you gotta take the stick and actually mush it down. Got one. This is pretty productive.
Now I can't.
Don't drop him now. All eyes on you. I wish Crystal's toe wasn't cut. We'd make her get out here.
You push her in the boat?
Yeah. These traps that we're using now might not seem as productive, but they're super fun with the kids. You can go to any ditch in South Louisiana and use them and catch plenty enough to eat. Not everybody can come to a crawfish farm, but I've actually went to a ditch in Louisiana myself, right on the side of a highway, and caught way more than I could eat. Nothing. Let's move that one right here. Got one. All the bait is gone already. They eat that quick? Man, I'm gonna let the boys take the steak and go check the rest, and we're gonna get ready for the next part of this adventure. You two are working real hard over here.
Me and Cheyenne are just chilling. She likes to swim though. She got in the water earlier.
Now, if you're wondering why Crystal hasn't gotten in the water yet in this video, the other day we were at home in Stewart and she tried to come over to where I was at fishing and stepped on an oyster and about cut her toe off. Look at the claws coming out of that thing.
This one's...
Look, she don't care about that toe no more.
I'm using my other foot. Help me.
Oh, let me show them real quick.
What?
This is what we were just talking about. Louisiana and Florida, Georgia, Alabama. That's your worst nightmare. I mean,
That's a good mess.
that is definitely a good mess. So this pond right here is really thick with vegetation, and that one over there is not very thick. We're gonna pull a couple on this side. Look where the fire ants have devoured that crawfish. Those things will mess you up. There's always been something about Louisiana that's just pushed my head to about the point where I'm like, I want to move there. Even though I love Florida, Louisiana has it all. And I mean, they have everything: deer, hogs, turkeys, all the seafood. This is a special place. Right here you can see one of the crawfish holes. If you dug to the bottom of that, there would be, look at that spider. There would be a crawfish in there. This also looks like snake heaven. Big old biggins. Hunter told me that these lakes, when it's not crawfish season, they'll suck all the water out. The crawfish will all dig holes and go under the ground. That's where they'll have their babies, and then next year, they'll pump them back full of water. Crawfish will come out of the holes, and that's what they'll harvest for the next season. Big old beautiful cypress tree. Probably got hurt by the last hurricane, but it's still hanging on. Bunch of gray Spanish moss. Real pretty yellow flowers.
Look at that
One
one.
trap,
Look.
no bait.
Yeah, he got me right off the bat. I'm glad you did that and didn't show me any mercy. She's tough. So we just made a short little drive around the block, like 400 yards, and she's gonna show us her chickens. What do you do with these eggs?
We put them in the cart inside the house, and then we eat them.
You sell them?
No.
What? That's how you make hustle money.
We hand them to family members.
I think she's trying to be politically correct, folks. She's probably selling these things on the side for about $20 a dozen. Holy mackerel, there's a bunch of them. Come give us a tour.
So, we used to have goats, so we had a whole tree house right there for them. So, these are our meat chickens. We kept 5, and we had 50 of them. We killed all of them except these 5. So we might kill this big rooster right here.
And make chicken nuggets out of them?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know who loves chicken nuggies?
You.
Crystal Beachy.
Probably Luke too. So right here is like a cooler, and we keep all the food in it.
Oh, that's smart, so the mice can't get in it.
Yes, we got it from the ditch back there where it has a bunch of junk that we throw.
From the hurricane?
Yes. And then we take
What hurricane was that?
Hurricane
a
Ida.
little
Ida came through here? I bet it was bad.
You'll see going down Pontiac, you'll see the devastation still around.
So we're gonna take the food and we're gonna throw it so they don't come out.
They look hungry.
They don't eat them. Okay, open it.
It looks like you're about to get mauled by chickens.
They don't get more. So you come in.
We don't eat these chickens?
No,
these
these
are
are
laying.
They look like they'd make great chicken nuggies.
No, they're for eggs.
Oh, you feed them so you can get in here.
We have 3 eggs today. Got a
They're
small
like a
one.
bluish egg.
That's almost omelet.
Who wants to get egged? Okay, so we have those chickens. We have Easter laying chickens where they lay the colorful eggs. We have regular chickens that lay regular eggs.
Small.
Which ones hit a house harder?
I think I usually like the little ones.
Y'all should have said we don't know, we don't do that. We want to get chickens at our house, but we have a bobcat or a coyote or something that's bigger than I've been able to trap, and he wreaks havoc on them. Luke had a show chicken that he won grand champion with 2 years, and we finally brought her to our house the very first night. Whatever it was, I need to put a game camera on it to figure out what it is. Dug a hole that I could crawl under, right underneath the pen, and killed all of them in one night. It's not a coon, it's not a possum. I'm guessing a coyote or a bobcat. And I have seen a bobcat in my yard several times, but I didn't think they would dig. Had to stop and show you the crawfish tunnels that I was talking about earlier. This is just right here in their yard. The crawfish ponds are over there about 800 yards. But in all of these ditches right in front of the house, if this ditch was to come up in water, you would be able to catch crawfish like crazy. Look how, I've never seen them that big before. That's 8 inches tall. And they're just the whole entire ditch. Back when I was a kid, I would have dug every single one of them up. If you went down there about a foot deep, there'd be a little cavern and be a crawfish at the end of it, if not multiples. Look at that. And they're just as far as you can see.
Look
That's
at
as
the
big
size
as
of
your
that
hand.
hole.
Look at that.
Can you please just dig them up for me?
No, I am not digging that up. We'll be so covered in dirt. So we just had to make a stop at the gas station to get some string to tie the chicken necks to, so when we go crabbing, we can catch them. I'm gonna show you something that probably the only place in the world you will ever see it is right here in Louisiana. You've got a big sport fishing boat tied up to the same dock that a shrimping boat's tied up to. How cool is that? You've got about a $5 or $6 million fun vessel for somebody to use, and then you got probably a $2 or $3 million shrimping vessel right next to each other. And we're in the middle of nowhere too. I'm gonna have to look at my phone to tell you exactly where I am. I think the road that goes straight ahead of me goes to Grand Isle. I don't know how the big boats get out to the Gulf, but Apparently they do, because they're sitting right there. He said inside this store they sell a lot of knives. I gotta go in here and look at this. You know it's gonna be an interesting place when right out front they got them a big old chicken and an alligator and a shrimp.
Front door open.
Look at this place. How random. Dream catchers, flashlights, knife sharpeners. Dude, you would never get Luke out of this store, ever. My son Luke would be like in knife heaven. And they have swords. Luke Lawson Arrington, they sell swords. If you follow along with my channel and you pay attention to my son Luke, the kid's got to have a sword everywhere he goes. Look at this. I mean, whoever owns this store has got a knife obsession.
And that's the Cajuns that had.
In Indian? What am I even looking at?
So it's the Homas Indians. It's Indians down here.
The what kind?
Homa
Indians?
Homa Indians.
I had no idea. The knives just keep going. So interesting. Look at that thing.
Look at my friend.
Babe, all I can say is you missed out on life.
Should I be scared?
That store is the most interesting store I've ever went into in my life. No, these are my pecan pies.
I thought you bought me something.
No, those are for me. That store right there,
It's a cool store.
Luke would never leave.
What did it have in there?
Can you tell me why the car stinks so bad?
It's your stinky feet. We've been turkey hunting and your boots got wet.
Like, I'm a changed person from going in that store.
I love this setup right here.
I was gonna buy Luke a knife, but I'm gonna bring him back. If we have to just fly into New Orleans for the day and come back to that store, I'm bringing him back there. If you've never been to Louisiana, you have to come. It's like, I don't recommend going to New Orleans just because I don't like New Orleans. If you like the city life and the nightlife, yeah, go to New Orleans. But just explore Louisiana. Trust me, you will see the most interesting things ever. Just like a big sport boat and a shrimp boat tied up next to each other, next to a drawbridge like I've never seen before. For shrimp updates, follow us on Facebook. We need to get our shrimp updates.
What's funny is we don't know how to pronounce nothing down here.
Because it's in French. So if you're wanting to know where we're at, that's the intersection that we're sitting at right now. The gas station's to our left and the shrimp boats are to our right. We just made about a 25-minute drive out here. There's this road that goes right through the marsh. The wind is howling. I'm trying to block it, but I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not. And everybody comes down here and catches crabs on chicken necks and a string. While my crew's getting ready, I'm gonna come down here. There's some people already fishing. And I'm gonna see what they caught. I just watched a guy throw a cast net and he caught a bunch of fish, but they're all gilled up. I'm looking at it as I'm walking up. I want to go see what he caught. You can see there's water flowing really hard here. Looks like he caught a bunch of croakers. Oh my goodness. This is what we caught all the mangrove snapper on in Shell Beach, Louisiana. That is the best snapper bait in the whole world right there. I always ask people before I walk up if I can film them, and one of the guys recognized me and he said, "You know how to throw a cast?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you teach us?" So I'm glad I walked down here now. You ain't figured out how to throw it yet?
No, sir.
You want me to show you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you hold the camera?
Yes, sir.
All right, so anytime you're gonna throw a cast net, you put it like this, make a loop. See what I did?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Then you do just like this. You hold it right here, about right in the middle. Are there rocks in here?
Yes. I think there is.
That's the one bad thing, you don't want to throw on rocks. This makes me nervous throwing a cast net where I don't know where I'm throwing it, because if I get it hung up, it's going to be bad. So this is how I do it. Come here if y'all want to learn. Look, you put it in your mouth, just like that. Hold right here. You watching? Perfect.
Okay.
What do you want to catch, bait?
Yeah, it's something to put on my fishing pole.
Oh, those guys down there just caught all kinds of bait. We caught jellyfish. Look at that. Come here, let me show you something. I swear, you never know what situation you'll get into. So I obviously filmed this guy catching bait first, and then I see that they want bait. That's why they're trying to throw the net. Well, this guy's got plenty of bait, so we're gonna make a deal real quick. Can these guys have a couple?
Yeah, you can get whatever you want.
Perfect. He's got some right here too.
Yeah.
There's all the bait you need right there. All you gotta do is come down and ask one person, and then there you go. Those are perfect baits. I filmed a video here in Louisiana, my biggest snapper ever. I caught him on them right there. Get you a bucket of them. You got a bunch. Problem solved. Taught him how to throw a net, and I got him bait. Now we're gonna go over here and try to get out of the wind a little bit and catch some of our own crab. Here is what the fuss is all about. Am I gonna have to show you how to throw that thing?
No.
Okay. I'll tell you a funny story about necks. When we were in Dominica, the first day we got there, we wanted to go get something to eat because we were starving, and we went to the little just roadside place. It was really cool, and they had stewed down chicken necks.
We got some fogies.
And Crystal didn't know that you just put it in your mouth and eat it, and she's trying to be polite. It was hilarious. All right, we got one bait ready. I'm gonna come right over here. So I just tied my string to this pole right here. This awesome dude just told me there's a lot of crabs. We're gonna find out. Yeah. I mean, 5 minutes.
100 crab, he said.
A big
Wow.
female. Do you keep the females?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he's.
If anything you catch. Pretty much.
Look how beautiful that thing is.
Now listen, we were joking with him with the crawfish earlier. They hurt. If this thing bites you, it really, really hurts.
You got him?
Babe, I was born to do this. Watch. That's how hard it is.
Let me have your spot.
No! Go with it. Get that piece of garbage, babe, that's going.
And 2 baby blue crabs.
Good catch. Oh! He let go and left.
We can't pull it up that fast.
There you go. You got it a little bit better? Yeah, that's like we'll eat that one.
Put the net right over my shoulder. Here, let me hold it.
You got him.
I mean, I'm just a bona fide professional.
I gotta watch my pole.
That's a good
This
one.
is a male. So the last one we caught was a female. This is a male. I don't think I have to tell you why. If you hear me scream, it's because I got bit. Now these aren't huge crabs, but we're gonna eat them with crawfish and hopefully some shrimp, so they're plenty big enough. They will be good. So my buddy over here that was just giving me tips on how to catch the crab just caught a big speckled trout. Let me see that bad boy. That's a good one. He's probably 18, 19 inches. He ate a croaker? Oh yeah. It don't get no better than this.
I got one. I got two. I got two.
How are you gonna catch
I got
two when
two.
I walk
I
away?
got two. They're big.
She got a twofer.
Finally.
You know who would love this?
Fun.
Our parents. Your mom and my mom.
Oh my gosh. That would be so fun. Look at them.
Hey, crabbies. Oh, there are a lot of crabs. He said he caught 100 crabs right here last week.
He's still on there. Yes. Yes.
Two of them.
Two for two. Yeah, that was good. Little. That's the eater. Nice. We're getting good at this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. You're not getting away.
Okay. That's a big old one.
We got a good mess
Look
already.
how big that one is.
Huge. Holy mackerel.
You know, $6 you go buy $6 a little bit.
And you just got $6 in one dip.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You buy in the store. The bait expensive, man.
Let me see. In one dip net. And this is pretty much salt water. I don't know why there's grass shrimp. Brackish. But there's a lot of them. Look at them all.
Look at this.
Holy mackerel. Why wouldn't those be good if you cooked them like that? You don't think they would be good?
I don't know.
I bet you they would if you flash fried them.
You flash fry them like make a chip.
Yeah.
Put some Cajun seasoning.
I guarantee you they'd be good.
I think so. Crunchy, crispy.
Cook them in some hot peanut oil.
Yeah.
Louisiana is insane. All right, the wind kicked our butts, but we did we not? We did catch a basket of crabs. We did, but we wanted to catch shrimp. We couldn't find any. We could have went to a new spot where we heard there were shrimp, but it was too rough to get there. So we stopped at a commercial seafood market. They sell fresh shrimp, boiled crawfish, oysters, boiled crabs, live crawfish, and live crabs. What we got in here? Oh, look at that joker right there.
Oh, we seen bigger than that the other day.
There you go. Heck yeah.
That's for white.
We need a couple pounds of them for sure. They got it going on in there, but around here's where we gotta come pay. Babe, they got snow cones. I'm figuring out really quick, snowballs. Yeah, snowballs are popular here in Louisiana. Man, I caught one about this big today.
Did you really?
Yeah, probably a little bit bigger than that one.
We could have sold it.
That's alligators, old trash panda, nutria rat. This is what I'm talking about.
You can take down YouTube.
In the best dip in town.
What kind of dip?
A secret dip.
Yeah.
We definitely need some of that.
Yeah.
Look at that handmade pro drop right there.
Cool.
That is pretty neat.
There you go, sir.
Oh yeah, little mango snow cone. We got all of our seafood. We're ready to rock. All we got left to do now is eat. I almost forgot the most important thing of this visit. If you want to come here and get seafood, they sell it fresh or cooked. Wine Island Seafood. Dude, we're gonna get lit up.
Y'all are looking like a bunch of sissies.
This is like having angry barracudas in a bathtub that are alive.
Use your hand, Gabe.
You gotta tell them go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. We'll transition.
Yeah, we only had one Champlain, which is this basket when we went blue crab, and we ended up having to dump the crawfish in here with them, and now look at this.
Look at this.
Oh, he's done toast. Hey, we will eat them though, I can tell you that.
You're gonna get eaten. They're gonna go away.
Listen, we're in Louisiana with Cajuns, but we're cooking this seafood boil like an old Stuart Jupiter Florida boy. I'm doing the cooking today.
We'll see.
The whole rest of the weekend, other people are gonna be cooking, but today I'm cooking. Now I didn't cook the crab all the way. It's only about 3/4 of the way cooked. We're gonna clean them all just like this, and when the crawfish are almost done, we're gonna add the shrimp and add these back in there and add the corn.
Finn, what'd you get?
I don't want to. That is something. You can't swing it over a
Little spotted gar.
What did he eat?
shrimp.
Shrimp? And your grandpa landed it for you. Good deal. You got him. Nice catch, Finn.
Y'all ready for this? Are you ready to see how I do it? Every Cajun out there right now is like, BlueGabe, just stop. Please just stop. I don't care. I'm showing y'all how I do it. One jar of jalapenos. Hey Cajuns. Old Bay. Now, if you notice, anytime you're with a lot of Cajuns, they will put 49 pounds of seasoning in there. I'm putting very little, but it will still be full of flavor. Here comes the star of the show, coconut oil. And I'm putting a bunch of it in there, probably half of this jar. The coconut oil will get between the shell and the meat and make it so much easier to get out. And it will add flavor. You won't taste the coconut, it will just add its own distinct flavor.
Smells good.
Hey, as they would say here in Louisiana, ça c'est bon.
Look, the shrimp is already getting red. Orange.
So we just obviously added the crab and the shrimp, brought it back to a quick boil. We're gonna let it sit for about 5 minutes. I'm about 5 months too. Hold on a second, hold on a second. Fisher, hold this camera.
Look like you winning a race.
I'm winning the race. Listen, these Cajuns are gonna wanna know how I did this so bad. They're probably gonna take that right there and bottle it when I'm done with it. We got some big old shrimp. Now here's something funny. Here's something funny. Golly, they're hot. Crystal and I are Floridians. Well, she's from Kentucky, but she's been in Florida long enough now that it's like she's a Floridian, right? We have a thing called smoked fish dip. Just like most of the country. The lady at the fish market said, y'all want some fish dip? We're like, heck yeah. We thought it was smoked fish dip, but it's ketchup and mayonnaise and what?
Ketchup, mayonnaise, and
It's a
mustard.
dip that you dip your seafood in.
Yeah,
A sauce.
Yeah, it's-
ketchup,
Okay.
mayonnaise, mustard, Worcestershire sauce, onion powder, garlic powder, Tony's, all in one.
let's see. Oh, very good. I'm gonna really get these guys right now.
Oh God!
Look here.
I just told them that earlier. I said, you go up west, and that's what they do. But they put mustard.
That's what I'm talking about.
You ready?
Hear that old bullfrog in the background?
We'll eat him too.
We can't frog here in Louisiana.
Not till midnight of May 31st.
Oh wow.
Because
So June 1st.
So is there breeding season right now for down here?
Like right here.
But typically we can go catch a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
One night my dad said he caught like 200.
Man.
When I was younger, it was 4 or 5. What was that one night, D, we went with Chad? 600? 500?
Another crazy thing about Louisiana is they can't break the skin on a frog. In Florida, a lot of people gig them. You can't do that here in Louisiana. There's a season. There's no season in Florida. There's a season here, and you cannot break the skin on them. Hunter just finally taught me how to get the meat out of a crawfish tail. You tear this first one off right here. And I do a lot of crawfishing, so I should know this. And then you just squeeze the tail. And then pop. This dip right here is
You like
good.
it?
That would be really good with stone crab.
Yeah, it sweetens up that stone crab.
Huge shout out to Mr. Dana for letting us do this. This is Hunter's dad. What was your name again?
Eric.
This is the new guest that we have. What's his name?
Silas.
Silas. Huge shout out, Silas. He come up and give me a big old hug. He said he's a fan. Y'all do this all the time though in Louisiana. This is just normal for them.
I think this is our 4th crawfish boil in 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah.
It's crazy that there's this many crawfish in Louisiana. Like, They're in the ditches, they're in ponds, they're absolutely everywhere. I forgot to do something very important, people. Very important. If you don't want to poop, you can just take that out. Squeeze right here. Make sure there's no poop on my finger. Ta-da!
There's also another way.
Try it in this dip.
There's also another way you can take the poop out. There's the little back fins right here. There's 5 of them. You take the middle one, you pinch it,
This is
and then you twist, and sometimes it comes out. But
Sometimes it comes
It does.
out. Yeah, no, I've seen that before. I'm ready to dig in and
Dad, look at this. And then it works perfect. I'm like, all right, let me film it. Never could do it.
every time you break the camera out, it fails. That's just how it goes. Yo, I can't do this one-handed. So Hunter is born and bred right here in Louisiana, eating crawfish. We are at his family's crawfish farm. That's where these crawfish came from. And his wife right there. You gonna introduce her?
This is Kayla, my wife. Beautiful wife of
How many years?
14 years, but together for 19 years.
You told me you found her hitchhiking this morning when I talked to you.
That's how I feel every day.
He said she's an amazing cook, so I think you guys need to meet us at our camp in Georgia. You need to come to Georgia because we catch crawfish there, and we'll catch some catfish, and you cook Cajun food in Georgia. See, I brought Floridian crawfish to Louisiana. You need to bring Louisiana cooking to South Georgia. How were they, Hunter?
I'm gonna tell you, dude, I'm really impressed. Very light and flavorful. Like, you get to enjoy the actual seafood for what it is. Not, I'll be the first one to tell you, dude, like, I love flavor and seasoning to the max. Snot everywhere.
It's literally snot.
But right now, like, I'm sitting here enjoying it. The jalapenos you put in there, make a little mix up. I'm not even eating dip, and usually dip is where that's my go-to. You know, kind of like steak and
Yeah.
A1 sauce. You know, like I could actually eat it without dip.
You know when you're gonna enjoy it the most?
Later.
Yeah, because you can actually wipe later. You don't have to pass.
My stomach ain't hurting me all
Yeah.
right.
So
No.
the last time I had crawfish in Louisiana, you're sitting around a table and people are like making all these faces, and I'm like, guys, you don't have to do that to yourselves. Like, you can make crawfish and you could have cooked these crawfish in just water with no seasoning, and then just sprinkle some on the meat, and it would be good. But
I'm gonna tell you, out of all of it, the crabs.
oh
Like,
god, those
you
crabs.
taking, and you know, I was over there telling you, like, man, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And then you hit me with, you're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
And eating the crabs today was like really enjoyable. I got to go straight for the meat. It was not the grittiness. It wasn't
This is the only one left out of all the crabs.
I think we pushed that one aside from.
Yeah, and no more shrimp. We only got about 10 more crawfish, and that was a big boil. We have
over
devastated
12
it.
pounds of crawfish.
But when it comes to the blue crab, a lot of people talk about the flavor of the mustard, and I get that. But there's a lot of people, especially if you're cooking a boil for a big group of people, who don't enjoy that. So today I just wanted to show them my way. And if you ever have guests over that aren't into the mustard and all that and the hot seasonings, you can still do a boil and it'd be absolutely amazing.
I don't think I've ever seen my kids eat so much corn.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't hot. It was enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got introduced to seafood dip.
That seafood dip, I was very skeptical on that because I thought it was, like I said earlier, smoked fish dip. We had 10 of them and there's none left. That right there is so good. It's insane. I mean, we've ate all the crawfish. We're pretty much done. We have, what, 8 more?
Not even 4.
Mm.
And the mosquitoes are coming out.
Yeah. We finished this video in just the right amount of time because Louisiana's got big crawfish and they got even bigger mosquitoes. But that's it for this video. Huge shout out to Hunter Marcel. I'll put his Instagram here and it was at the beginning. Check him out. He does a lot of editing for all kinds of companies.
Everything.
Yeah.
Marketing and branding.
Marketing, everything. We've been wanting to make a video for a long time and we finally got together.
Yep, appreciate you coming down, man.
Right now, we're gonna clean up. And tomorrow we're headed out with one of Hunter's friends on a boat way out into the bayou to do something completely different, a long ways from civilization. We're not gonna have any fresh water to shower, no nothing.
A little bitty camp.
Nothing. We're doing 24 hours in the bayou and then we're going yellowfin tuna fishing. Crystal's super excited because she's been getting seasick now that she's pregnant. We may or may not call her Ralph after this next fishing trip. You never know. All right, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one.